Today's video is proudly sponsored by Dollar Shave Club, and you can watch to the end of the video to figure out why. So one of the most prolific requests I've gotten since I started the Fallen Titan series has been for me to cover YouTubers like Philip DeFranco, Epic Rap Battles of History, etc. YouTubers who started off a long time ago and were popular back in the day, but are still notable figures to this very moment. And while I certainly understand that the core enjoyment that many get from this series is just hearing me talk about YouTubers and media in general, I still find these topics very hard to talk about because they're all sort of the same story. YouTuber starts doing a thing, they keep doing the thing for 10 years, they make a lot of money, roll credits. However, there is one content creator who started off by having early hits on YouTube and continues to find success to this day, who I do find worthy of discussion. That being Neil Cicierega. Now, many of you will go into this video not knowing a lot about Neil, or certainly not understanding the scope of his career, which is why this is an interesting topic, because I will bet that almost all of you are familiar with at least some of Neil's work. Today we are going to be talking about an internet personality who has consistently found success online, not through the momentum of his past or the size of his name, but through the caliber of his content. When I imagine people watching today's video, what honestly comes to mind is people sort of going like, Oh, that was him? Oh, he did that too? Wait, how many things did this one guy do? The answer is a lot.
Some.
Oh, Godzilla was hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground when suddenly Batman burst from the shade and hit Godzilla with a bat grenade.
Godzilla got pissed and began to attack, but didn't expect to be blocked by Shaq, who proceeded to open up a can of Shaq Fu when Aaron Carter came out of the blue and he started beating up Shaquille O'Neal. Then they both got flattened by the Batmobile, but before he could make it back to the Batcave, Abraham Lincoln popped out of his grave.
The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny was a song created by Cicierega under the pseudonym of Lemon Demon, a title designed to annoy anyone trying to read it out loud for the first time. The song is about a mass conflict taking place between numerous figures of pop culture. These days, most films and even some TV shows are trying very hard to appeal to that Goku versus John C. mentality of who would win. But I think it's notable enough to realize that one of the first people to capitalize off of this obsession was Neil Cicierega in 2005.
Robocop, the Terminator, Captain Kirk, and Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger, Bill, Lance Preston, and Theodore Logan, Spock, the Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan.
The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny was ultimately a big hit. It was originally posted to Newgrounds where it gained millions of views, and then someone ripped it and uploaded it to YouTube where it did even better, and it was even featured for numerous weeks very successfully on the Dr. Demento show. To many people, the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny is a defining point in their memories of the early internet. And to most figures, having one early online hit that redefined some form of culture, that would be enough. Remember Potter Puppet Pals? Yeah, same guy.
You know, have you seen that thing on the YouTube, the Harry Potter puppets?
I haven't.
Okay. It's a thing called the Harry Potter puppets, and it was, and it's very, very silly. And they did a thing called "What's That Mysterious Ticking Noise?" I think it was called.
Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, 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 Severus Snape.
Alan Rickman, hello and welcome properly to this premiere. How are you?
I'm good. I just got out of. I've been in a car for an hour. What's going on in London? Something's happening.
Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, Severus Snape, Severus Snape, Severus Snape,
Throughout most of the 21st century, Harry Potter has been a massively successful franchise. In fact, I would argue that trying to find words that even adequately explain its scope, in terms of popularity, it sort of feels impossible. And that in itself is a good representation of how redundant this sentiment is. But what you have to remember is that as the early books and movies were released, there was sort of a lapse in judgment in terms of the cultural understanding of the franchise. And Potter Puppet Pals capitalized off of this by creating a downsized parody that mocked this sentiment. Complex characters were whittled down to very basic gimmicks and personality flaws. Delicate situations with very high tension were replaced with scenes like this.
Shoot him!
And so on and so forth. The most successful video in the series was the mysterious ticking noise, which featured numerous Potter characters rapping over a ticking sound coming from an unclear source. Potter Puppet Pals was an instant success, both with people who barely knew anything about the franchise and fans who appreciated the nostalgic simplicity of it. As the Harry Potter books and movies continued to get darker and edgier, with fewer and fewer beloved characters surviving to the end, Potter Puppet Pals remained exactly as apparently innocent as everyone remembered the first film being, while still standing out in terms of writing and comedic merit. But obviously after the 7th book and 8th movie, there was only so much potential that the series had. Almost the entire time that Potter Puppet Pals was being created and was being a massive success, he was also putting his talents elsewhere. He continued to release albums under the pseudonym of Lemon Demon. One of my personal favorite songs of his is the fantastic Jaws, about the movie of the same name.
Jaws is dead. Long live Jaws. He was a shark without a cause. He was in a movie, you should watch it, it's called Jaws. Sharks exist in real life. Whoa. It's a movie that everyone saw.
But when glancing down the discography of all the songs released by Lemon Demon after the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, one stands out.
You became a hit a few years ago with something called Brody Quest.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with this, but let's show the people what...
How do you know I had nothing to do with that?
Did you have anything to do with what I'm about to show the people?
No, I didn't.
Brody Quest is an apparent tribute to actor Adrian Brody, showing his day-to-day activities as he walks all around the Earth, flies into the sun, and then consumes all of reality. Brody Quest was a success not only because of the fantastic music video, which arguably inspired Shooting Stars, but also because of the incredibly catchy music. I've used Brody Quest a couple times in the background of my videos, and it's honestly because I think that its laid-back, lackadaisical nature is the perfect representation of YouTube culture and the YouTube lifestyle. It just screams, I'm marching along, I'm doing it proudly, it's leading me somewhere, I hope it's not off a cliff. But arguably, Brody Quest is additionally one of the most important things to happen to Neil's career, because it introduced not only his audience, but his actual body of work to remix culture.
When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot.
Artists other than Neil would take his song and combine it with elements from other songs to create an entirely new experience. And this would be something that he would embrace, releasing a video on his second channel showing a collage of the best examples.
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up?
It was perhaps this phenomenon that partially inspired Neil to start working on remixes of his own. In 2014, Cicierega would release Mouth Sounds, a free mashup collage album which capitalized off of the success of All Star by Smash Mouth. Neil would then continue the project, eventually releasing Mouth Silence and Mouth Moods. Without a doubt, the most popular project to come out of this series was Busting. Bustin' has been described as like the Ghostbusters theme, but from an alternate universe. Presumably a universe where Huey Lewis was never born.
Let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good.
You know that thing? We hear a song, and you really like it, and then it sort of plays in your head for a couple days, and you revisit it, but you realize that while it's been playing in your head, it's changed a little bit, and you sort of like the version in your head a little bit more. The music featured on the Mouth trilogy is the versions of very popular songs which exist solely in your memory. The Mouth trilogy is brilliant because it's mostly made out of songs that almost everyone knows, but in changing them just a little bit to shock the audience, it makes us reevaluate why we love those songs, what value we find in those songs. Before I heard these remixes, I had failed to appreciate the lyrics and the music of these songs as much as I do. Now, I'll be the last to admit that these albums are a bit of an acquired taste, but personally, I love the experience of sitting through these. They're my go-to for when I'm doing the dishes or trying to plan out my next video, because they help me think, they help me fantasize, and frankly, they help me dream. In general, when I tried to stop and figure out who Neil Cicierega was, I was shocked to see how much of a silent impact he's had on my life. The work of this man, which might initially seem like a vague pile of one-hit wonder internet memes, directly impacted not only how I consumed media, but also how I viewed pop culture. The scholar of our time recently said in a 127-character real-time book, "Too much emphasis is put on originality. Feel free to take ideas and update them at your will. All great artists take an update." And if there's any indication to the validity of Yeezy's words, it's Neil Cicierega, a man who has spent the past 10 years on the internet creating massive pieces of art, who has brought himself to relevancy in a way that no one else really has. Not by making his audience infatuated with his face or his tone of voice, but by making them fall in love with his individual, unique pieces of work. By making them think about how they view the world around them, even if it's in a way that they might not even notice. And because of that, I honestly respect Neil Cicierega more than any other internet personality that I followed in the past 10 years. And this video has just been the cliff notes of his long and interesting exploration into music, storytelling, and animation. And honestly, I'm so excited to see what the following years bring to us from this brilliant man. So today's video is actually sponsored by Dollar Shave Club, and I was really excited to get these guys on to support the channel because I've actually been a subscriber to Dollar Shave Club for a good amount of time. A lot of you are probably saying, "Quinton, why would you get Dollar Shave Club to sponsor your videos, and why would you use Dollar Shave Club? You don't shave." What are you talking about? Of course I shave. Why would I not shave? I mean, I get that because I have a beard on my face, you guys presume I just stopped trying, but there are parts of my face I still shave. There's a reason the neck beard is an insult. But additionally, it's important to note that despite the name, Dollar Shave Club isn't exclusively about shaving. They're a business personally dedicated to making sure that you look and feel good about yourself. They've got toothpaste, body wash, hair products, basically everything you need to take care of yourself. Grooming is important, and Dollar Shave Club is the place to get that done. So if you go to dollarshaveclub.com/QReview, you're gonna find the Daily Starter Kit, which they're basically giving away for the low price of $5. This is going to come with an executive razor and trial-sized versions of some of the more popular Dollar Shave Club products: shave butter, body wash, and One Wipe Charlies. Let me tell you guys something. I've been shaving since the 7th grade. I've had a lot of shaving experience, and Dollar Shave Club has given me the best shave of my life. And that's why I was so excited that they chose to support this channel, and that we have the opportunity to support them in return. And to do so, you can go to dollarshaveclub.com/QReview. That's dollarshaveclub.com/QREVIEW. Yeah, dollarshaveclub.com/QReview. Thank you so much. That's all you need.